Hey, what's up, YouTube? So welcome to the channel. People ask me from time to time, a lot of my guests on the podcast, as you can see, if you scroll through, you see so many great guests, Dina Martin, Carol Cook, George Mahara, so many great interviews on here. I'm trying, as you can see, preserve Hollywood's golden age. And as you can also see, I'm dressed for the frozen tundra out here on the East Coast. And so I wanted to give you guys a little compilation of some of the stuff that these guys send me after the interviews. So they're they're great people. I mean, people ask me, Mike, can you give me, out of the 300 plus interviews you've done, there has to be a jerk. There has to be. And I wish I can give you one. I really do. I wish I can say one guy was, oh my God, they were terrible. She was awful and what a jerk. But there's zero, absolutely zero. All wonderful people give me an hour of their time. We still stay in touch from time to time through emails and sometimes phone calls. And a great compilation of guests on my show. And I just want to share with you guys some of the autograph stuff that they've sent me throughout the years. And these are eventually going to be part of my studio. It's going to go up in my studio. We're going to try to do a live show. Putting that together, trying to produce that right now. So I appreciate you guys watching the videos, commenting on the videos, good, bad, indifferent. It's okay. We're big boys. And, subscribe to the channel. The main thing you have to do for me, guys, is to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, because the more it continues to grow, we're well over 3,100 subscribers now. I've been doing it for about a year now. And I want to get up to 10,000, and because when it gets in the algorithm, it just takes off. So that's what we're trying to do here. And a lot of these guests tell me, Mike, thank you for what you're doing, preserving the golden age. Trying to book some, we're on a little hiatus right now. We're still on the radio as well, but I'm still uploading a lot of stuff onto my YouTube channel. So guys, again, please subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell them to subscribe. Real Talk with the Hollywood Kid. Check us out on Google. We're all over Google and search engines as well. So here's a brief compilation. This is not all of them, but this is not all of them. So we're going to give you a brief compilation. I'm going to give a little backstory on some of the show, some of the guests, if I can remember. I'm going to give you guys a brief backstory on the show. All right, guys. You guys, I'm sure you're familiar with this guy. Even as a young photo, you're familiar with him. Even in the elder photo of him now, because he's in his 70s now. But this was a very fun interview I did with the great Jerry Mathers. Jerry was gracious enough to send me one of these. He also sent one to my friend. Okay, I had a friend of mine, and he sent one to him too. I said, "Can you send one to my friend John?" And John, if you're watching, you can comment on this. It says, "You're the greatest, the best interviewer in the business. Your friend Jerry Mathers, the Beaver, Jay Mathers at the Beaver. Great gentleman, very nice guy. Also had Tony Darrow on as well. Tony's great too. These people, great people, great interviewers, and they really enjoy talking about the old days. Okay, let's segue over here. We're going to get into music with this guy. How many of the young people, I should have covered that, but how many of the younger audiences, or even the older audiences, remember this gentleman when he was young? That's the great Bobby Rydell. Bobby was one of the dearest guys to have on the show. To Mike, you're the best. Your friend Bobby Rydell. Great fun interview. That is up on my YouTube channel. This Jerry Mathers is up on the YouTube channel as well, so you can hear that one. And here's a funny guy. Here's a real funny guy. This is one of my favorite interviews. Actor Peter Onoratti. He's in SWAT. He's great. I want to show you guys. And if you listen to this interview, he tells a funny story about his grandfather and a girl he was trying to make with. One of the really funny stories. I don't want to tell you. Just go check out the interview. To Mike, thanks for the great interview. Blah, 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 blah. Here's a letter that came attached to this. Peter, if you're watching, this is hilarious. Okay. Back up a little bit. Hey, Mike, didn't know which one to send you, so I sent you both. Thanks for the great interview. I hope your listeners got as much of a kick out of it as I did. Here's where it gets funny. Did you get my email about my teenage crush from Stoneham, which is a place where I come from? Anne-Marie Mazzola, never located her again. Okay, he's from, my goodness, I forget now. He's going to kill me. So, Anne-Marie, if you're out there watching, Peter Onoratti, a very big star, done a lot of television shows. He's looking for you, okay, just so you know. So if you're out there watching this video, maybe somebody get it to her. He had a crush on you, and he probably he actually told me he wants to reconnect with her. Maybe we'll put it in one of the groups there. Okay, who we got? Oh, here's one of my favorite. Here's one of my favorite interviews. This is the great Dina Martin. Dina's a doll. Opened up about her dad. She sent me a little card. Dear Mike, thanks for the great interview. Love Dina. She's a great, great woman. She does a show on Facebook now, guys, every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where she does a live concert. Just go to Dina Martin on her Facebook channel. Thousands and thousands of views. I mean, she got like the #1 views like on for Facebook a couple months ago. It's crazy. So because of the virus, what's going on, she's so smart, and she reinvented herself, and she's doing videos now on her Facebook page, and they're huge. She's also on YouTube as well. You can stream it live. She's great. Let's go to this one, right? This beautiful woman right here. This is Carol Cook. When I did this interview with Carol, she's 9. She just turned 98 years old. Okay. She was in so many great movies, 16 Candles. Lucille Ball, excuse me. Very close friends with Lucille Ball. Anyway, when I interviewed her, she was 96. She's the only 96-year-old woman I ever had to bleep on an interview. Okay, she's very like a truck driver mouth, and she is so much fun. Her and her husband, Tom Troop, are great, great people. They dropped that in the mail for me during the virus. The gentleman went out and did it for me, her husband. Great, great people. Let's move over to this guy. Here we have my dear, dear friend, very, very good guy, the great Johnny Martino. This picture may not be familiar to you guys, okay? It's the Dillinger Gang. He did a movie, I forget the name of the movie, forgive me. But Johnny Martino is a singer as well. When we move over to the next photo, you're going to know exactly who he is. Move over to this one. Bam! There it is right there. Johnny Martino, Paulie Gatto in The Godfather, guys. Remember? Leave the gun, take the cannolis. Leave the gun, take the cannolis. Godfather, he sent me 3 pictures. The Godfather legend. You know, check out his website. You could email Paulie. He's a great guy. I don't think he'd mind. Johnny Martino, Paulie Gatto. Remember this famous scene in The Godfather with Clemenza? Leave the gun, take the cannolis. And here's the coup de grace he sent me. This is great. How fantastic is that? Leave the gun, take the cannolis. Great, great guy. That's up on my YouTube channel as well. Real Talk with the Hollywood Kid. All right, guys, here is the lovely, gorgeous, in her prime, Terry Moore, actress Terry Moore. To Mike, thank you for the great interview. Terry Moore was married to Howard Hughes, guys. I'll say it again. Terry Moore was married to Howard Hughes. We all know Howard Hughes, great aviator. Made movies about him, documentaries about him. She is still around. She was in, I believe, mid-50s. She was in Playboy. Okay, and she sent me this. She was great. She done stuff with Marilyn Monroe. That's on the YouTube channel, guys. Please go listen to these interviews. Wonderful, wonderful walk down the golden age of Hollywood. So many great memories, and just check them out. It is another gentleman, fine gentleman. This guy here, you don't know this picture, but you might not know his face. But I just uploaded this interview. That's Paul Dooley, guys. Paul Dooley. Remember Refund? Yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about from the movie. To Mike, with relish. Also salt, pepper, ketchup, and onion. Your pal Wimpy. The great character actor, Paul Dooley. Another great guy. This guy is one of my favorites. Just passed away last year. The great Gavin Mccloud. I'm a huge fan of this guy. And when I interviewed him, I mean, it brought tears to your eyes. He even gave a shout out to my mother. Okay, that's how nice the guy is. To Mike, you're the greatest. Gavin Mccloud. He even sent another one, if we pan it down a little bit over here, to McHale's Navy. He was also in McHale's Navy. Mike, almost all are gone. Now I believe, God rest his soul, they're all gone. And such a great gentleman. He sent me this one too. This one here. These guys are all gone. To Mike, first publicity shot from with Ed Asner. I had him on as well. Cloris Leachman, Ted Knight, Mary Tyler Moore, Valerie Hopper. Oh, great people. Let's go up here real quick. This is a gentleman I had on. Has nothing to do with show business. Well, he does have to do with show business. But this guy is David Orman. Okay, that's his book. That's his book he sent me. Ghosts of Cielo Drive: The Afterlife of Sharon Tate in the Spirit of the Orman House. Orman. His house, if you ever see his videos on YouTube, is haunted by the ghosts of Sharon Tate. And he talks all about the Manson murders. He lives 3 houses from 10 10,050 or 100050. The house where the Manson murders was. He's right down the street, 3 houses away. That house has been recently demolished. So Sharon Tate, and you see this cameras, this guy's got a million cameras set up in his house, and you can see the stuff going on in there. He sometimes does live shows on Halloween. Check him out on Facebook, David Orman. Really, really cool guy. Big UCLA fan as well. Okay, let's pan over here. What we got here? Oh my God, this is the lovely Rydell. How do you not love Rydell? Come on, guys. To Mike and friends, thanks and love Rydell. She's a doll. She just had a book come out, her autobiography came out. Check that one out on Amazon. Great woman. She was in an episode of The Twilight Zone. She's done so much work, and these people are just great. They give you time, and they really want to talk about the golden age, because there's not many of them left, and there's one gentleman is not around anymore, and there's a couple of them down here. Sorry, we're gonna go zigzagging. This gentleman right here, Mr. Henry Darrow. Mike, great working with you. Great guy. Great friends with Ricardo Montalban. Very close friends, and he's dearly missed, and he was so nice to deal with. Up here is another doll. She sent me like 5 of these pictures. To Mike, all my love, happy days, Marion Ross. A lot of what I do, guys, is, these are a lot of people that I grew up watching, and so now I get to interview them and ask the questions that I would always want to ask them. So it's a lot of fun for me as well. And Marion Ross, she just came out with a book as well. She came on, and, there's not much more you can say about Marion Ross. She's America's mother, and one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet. Here's a gentleman here that is huge, okay? They're probably looking at him like, who is it? I don't know who it is. Mike, really enjoyed you doing your show. This is George Maharis, Route 66 actor, okay? Guys, if I tell you, when I put a thing on Facebook, on social media about George Maharis, it explodes. It really does. Just go listen to the interview. It's up on my YouTube channel. George Maharis, Route 66. This guy responds to his fans. You write him a letter. I actually wrote him a letter to come on my show because I couldn't find any contact information. I wrote him a letter, and about 2 months later, I'm driving down a main road, and my phone rings, and it said Beverly Hills. So I pull over. And he's like, hello, Mike, this is George Maharis. And I'm like, oh my God, George Maharis, what the hell? He's like, Mike, I got your letter, lovely letter. Sure, I'd love to come on your show. And he rarely does interviews, so I was very gracious of his time. One of the really nice guys, and he's still going. He's like 90, 91. And again, you got to go check out the Facebook groups on him. George Maharis groups, Route 66 groups. They're like huge. They're like bigger than Sinatra. Really, they're huge. So much loyal audience, and there's such wonderful, loyal fans. And I've talked to him a couple times on the phone. The Hollywood Reporter was supposed to do an interview with him. I guess it didn't pan through because it's a long story, but someday we'll do a show on that. They contacted me and wanted to do an interview with him. Hollywood Reporter couldn't get his contact information, but me, the guy that, blue collar guy, gets it. How does that work? And they come through me. Anyways, we'll get to that in another show. All right, this is, you all know who this is. To Mike DeStasio, Peace, Loretta Swit, obviously MASH. She was fun to deal with. She was on a cell phone with me, taking me from party to party. Mike, hold on, I'm going into a party right here. I said, don't worry about it, Loretta. We'll edit that out. Don't worry about it. But she was very nice to deal with. So these are just a brief compilation. There are more. There's Mo Green. There's Alex Rocco. Oh, did we do it? Just gentlemen. We didn't do him. This is Peter Mark Richmond, who just passed away a couple of years ago. A gem of a human being. Such a nice guy. His son is huge in Maine. He's like a musician in Maine, but just a wonderful classic gentleman. If you look at his resume, it's like 300-400 television shows. We don't even have time to do it. All right, guys, this is the lovely Donna Lauren. Donna Lauren, she's been in everything. To Mike, holy moly, we had a blast on the Hollywood Kid show with the Hollywood Kid, Donna Lauren. She was in so many things. She's on the, I believe she's on my YouTube channel. I don't think I uploaded that one yet, but I will. But she does have a podcast called Love's a Secret Weapon. Check it out on, the Apple podcast app. And here's the thing she sent me, like a promo type of deal. She was the Coke girl. What the heck was she? She was like a Coke girl. She had like a 50-year career in show business. So check her out. Donna Lauren, again, these are just this is going to go up in my studio. Eventually, we're going to be doing a live show. We're going to have, we're going to have some guests on. I'm going to just talk a lot about movies and stuff like that, because I know I get a lot of people telling me, Mike, you got to talk, you know so much about this stuff. You got to do some shows on it live so we can interact with you. I said, all right. So that's it, guys. That's a brief compilation. We got everybody for here. There's more somewhere else. And guys, anyways, please subscribe to this channel. A lot of work goes into this. There's a lot of work that goes into this. I do put a lot of effort into it. So please subscribe to the channel. Some great interviews up there. I just did an interview with Mike Francese's ex-mobster, guys. He was a real deal back in the day. Speaking of mobsters, listen to this interview with Johnny Martino, guys. His dad was the real deal. He tells a story about hanging out with Lucky Luciano and back in Sicily in the 40s. Go check that out. So that's it, guys. There's George. There's everybody. Again, I just want to show you guys some of these, and correlate them with the interviews as well on the YouTube channel. So that's it, guys. Check out the YouTube channel, Real Talk with the Hollywood Kids. Subscribe to it. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell all your enemies, tell your mailman, tell the milkman, tell your UPS driver, now your Amazon driver. And that's it, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. And here's Gavin. Gavin, take us out, Gavin. I love both. Take us out. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.